All the eyes of the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League now focus on the Toronto Rock Athletic Centre as it's do or die time. Game 5 between the Orangeville Northmen and the Oakville Buzz. There they are, crowded around Aiden Walsh, who will get the start tonight in this crucial must-win game for both sides. Looking to move on, waiting in the wings, the Whitby Warriors, their next round opponent. I'm Matthew Carrick alongside Jonathan Donville in the JVI Sports Network for this Ontario Junior Lacrosse League Game of the Week, powered by the Dairy Farmers of Ontario. Doesn't get better than this, does it, Jonathan?
No, it sure doesn't. And you could tell from the moment you walked in the rink tonight, it just had a different feel. The playoffs have a different feel. You mentioned it. I think it was a great call by you, saying the eyes of Ontario on this game. We see a huge crowd from both teams. A lot of third-party fans too that we recognize in the crowd. So this is what it's all about. Game 5, it's on the line. Winner goes home, loser goes home, and winner's still alive.
Well, you can probably hear it. The atmosphere in here is absolutely electric. There may even be more Orangeville Northmen fans here than there are Oakville Buzz, as they brought the bus down Highway 10 and the 403. Jeremy Bailey crouching over the face-off as we're just about ready to go. And it is game time here. Game number 5 in the first round, and the Orangeville Northmen in their black and white jerseys control the opening face-off. They go right to left on your screen, working away from Chris Gagliardi, who has gone the entire way for the Orangeville Northmen here in the playoffs. Quickly to the outside, Colton Marquis. Marquis spins and fires. That one just wide of the mark, as we said, of Aiden Walsh getting the start tonight. Marquis shot off the foot there of Walsh. Trying to get their third possession in a row are the Northmen, and they will do it with Marquis, and that'll bring a rise out of the crowd. Marquis battling forward, and it'll be first touch here for Oakville. Big loss in their lineup is number 16, Eddie Q, picking up a 3-game suspension at the end of the game last night for a skirmish between him and Owen Rand. That's going to be a big loss over on that right-hand side.
Yeah, in a series where goals have been hard to come by, especially, right? It's been really difficult for both teams. We've seen incredibly low-scoring games throughout this whole series. And for Oakville, it's a tough blow, but just one you got to overcome. Everyone's got obstacles you got to play through in the playoffs.
Including a combined 8 goals in game number 3. The lowest total since first round of 2018, and no surprise that the Orangeville Northmen were part of that game as well. 10 on the shot clock is spinning and then pulled over. Excuse me, I believe that's Lucas Ferreira.
It does feel true, obviously, for folks who may not have been following the series all along. Oakville won the first 2 games. Orangeville stormed back here to tie the series. Feels like the first goal is going to be big tonight, right? Orangeville's got all the momentum. Oakville, you could gather, is a little bit shaken by what's going on here. First goal is going to go a long way here.
First goal and perhaps the last one here in this game. Orangeville are the defending Minto Cup champions. Want to get back there as it's here in Ontario at the end of the month. At the end of August, that is. And Oakville looking for their first ever series victory at the Junior A level. Here's Kuhlman. That shot bounces past Gagliardi, but will go off the end boards. And running into it in transition, here comes Colin Barnett. Barnett, that shot was destined for the 5-hole, but taken away by the pad there of Walsh.
On the subject of goal scoring, I think basically defenders would have more of a green light than you would ever see in this series. Goals have been so hard to find. I think Orangeville will take that in transition. Maybe not a best look in a normal game, but when goals are so hard to find, you'll just try to take them as many as you can in transition. As many kicks as you can get.
Nearly a chance there on the crease for Jamison Bucktooth. His stick was tied up. Couldn't pick up the rebound as it drops here for Jonathan Gagliardi. Been in and out of the lineup has the Oakville captain and Philadelphia Wings draft pick from last year, but Gagliardi gonna take partial amputation to get players out of the lineup here tonight as that shot from Dawick. Luke Dawick, that is, went wide, picks up out of the corner, and the dive attempt from Will Sheehan, who led Oakville in the regular season in points, goes wide of the mark.
Yeah, I like that look from Dawick, too, trying to get the goalie moving, shooting off the run. He only missed that outside post by a little bit. Don't mind that at all.
Blair Ferguson, Jeremy Bailey, and John Vandergiesen are the three officials tonight, as these teams are going to battle for every loose ball here this evening. Second major scrum for a ball down as Nate Ruff will pick up by far the biggest game of his playoffs with the hat trick and assist in last night's game. Here's overager
numbers here for
Curtis
Oakville.
Goddard. Ferreira, the trade acquisition from Brampton, will go straight to the net. And pass was just in behind him. Otherwise, he had an open look in front of a Gagliardi. Barnett across center. Excuse me, that's Liam Perro, who now spins back away from Amos Whitcomb, who took a nasty hit early on in the season in a game against Burlington. Came back at the beginning of this month and on a tear. Amos Whitcomb, 6 goals, 4 assists for Oakville in the playoffs so far. And again, with Eddie Q out of the lineup, will be a huge factor on that right-hand side.
Yeah, and you can notice Oakville trying to get up in transition as well. They're sending 2 or 3 guys, very similar to Mimico, some of the other teams we've seen this year, where they'll have guys playing truly both ways, offense and defense, and they look like they want to get out and run transition and try to find some way to get the ball past the Gagliardi. Luke
Dawick chased his own loose ball all the way back to the restraining line. 5 on the shot clock now as Jackman's shot went high, Gagliardi went low, and the ball just sailed over top of the crossbar.
Yeah, nice defense there by Elijah Edwards. He's kind of isolated in a lot of space, didn't have any help, just held his own against Jackman and forced an outside shot.
Edwards now for Colton Marquis. Bring it up top for Searle. Jeremy Searle leaving here for Trey Deer. Deer over the top onto his wrong side, under 10 on the shot clock now as Deer takes the X position. Got it into the stick of Cody Coulson, who couldn't rip his shot away. Chris Dong will get transition over center though.
A lot of people regard Jack Follows, and myself included, as one of the best defenders in this league, and plays like that are why. Good look from behind the goal by Orangeville, and Jack's just right there to get a good check on the hands, takes away a dangerous scoring opportunity.
Jack is one of 9 overagers playing in this game for Oakville tonight. Oh, look out, there is a huge high stick right in front of the Orangeville bench. Liam Matthews went down at the hands of the Oakville defender, and we're going to get our first penalty of the game if Trey Deer or the Northmen can't score here. Deer got knocked down by a defender flying out of the pile. 5 on the shot clock on this extra man set. Down in the corner to Matthews, his low shot handled by Walsh, and we'll get the penalty call.
You know, obviously a little bit of emotion here for Oakville early on, and maybe trying to set a bit more of a tone than the last couple of games, but you can't take those penalties in the playoffs. Away from the ball. We'll see if we can catch it on replay here, but just way behind the whistle or behind the ball, kind of a careless mistake, and they got to kill this one off. That'd be a brutal way to start this game for the Buzz.
Yeah, it's Eric McDonald getting the penalty. It's a 2-minute cross check as Matthews came out of the box and went to put the stick on his man and just rolled up high. But the Northmen will set up with Jeremy Searle tight to the crease and in the crease in the eyes of the lead official.
Jeremy Searle always open, always open. The games we've called, it just seems like he never has the ball, and when he gets it, he's right on top of the crease. Pretty good set there from Orangeville. It's a good look. Ends up being in the crease, and Walsh made the save anyways. But pretty good look there for the Northmen.
Here's Brian Jackman. He'll roll over the top. 10 on the shot clock here. No sense of urgency for the Buzz. Trying to kill off this first penalty of the game. Swim move, now cuts back, breaks the double team in the shot, however cannot, as Jackman kills a full 30 seconds off the power play. Ball here in the stick of the first overall draft pick, Jamison Bucktooth of the Orangeville Northmen here. Bucktooth will look to his left for Colton Marquis. Down in the corner, Trey Deer. Back for Bucktooth. Low shot there, and Walsh nearly stumbled backwards, but got the stick on it to make the save. Here come numbers for the Buzz. Short-handed, and they'll pull out with a bunch of black jerseys streaming out the front door.
Yeah, obviously Oakville wants to kill his penalty. I think they might have had numbers there if they pushed out a little bit more aggressively. 3-on-2, maybe not the one you want to take on a penalty kill, maybe coming the other way, but definitely maybe a look there for Oakville to get one shorthanded.
It was Lucas Hukel, Jack Follows, and Amos Whitcomb. So of the three that were breaking in, you would tend to pick Whitcomb to take that shot if you could get it there, but they do kill off another 30, however, and penalties down to the last couple seconds here for McDonald, who has the door open and will now return to the floor. Still blanks on the board here through 8.5 minutes of this first period in a do or die game number 5. Trey Deer just inside the restraining line. Winds and fires traffic in front, but Walsh hangs on to see it. Both netminders, by the way, for Oakville, overagers here in this game as well.
Yeah, and both goaltenders in this game, both Gagliardi and Walsh, NLL players, and even if they maybe weren't in the lineup or weren't in the goal, every game for their NLL teams, just so much valuable experience that comes from that experience.
Here's the pick and roll, Sheehan, and Gagliardi saw that and got the right arm on it. Chris Gagliardi did get his first NLL win this last season with the San Diego Seals.
Yeah, first big save we've seen him make today too.
Ferreira, Luke Dawick back to the crease for Jackman, and Gagliardi there to take that one away. Big battle for this loose ball, however. Luke Dawick in there, and then Jackman stands up his Northman counterpart. This is all on the Northman 8-second count, and they were deep in it as the shot clock hit about 7.5 as he got across center.
Yeah, that's a good possession there for Oakville, though. A couple good looks, nice saves by Gagliardi, nothing you can do about that, and some really heavily contested loose balls in the corner, too. Start to build some momentum.
Colton Marquis goes on a run and thought he had the post, but ends up running through the crease. Still not sure where the ball is. It went out the back door.
Yeah, interesting there, too. You know, you just learn the game, or you learn the team so much over 5 games. In the games we've called, Marquis loves that underneath move, and he loves to kind of dip and dunk to the short side pipe. Maybe not, but maybe Walsh was kind of learning from the past there, taking some away, reading a tendency a bit. We'll see if Marquis changes it up or kind of stays with his money spot there.
Oakville have gone Walsh and Sam Haynes most of the regular season, 1A, 1B, but I believe it's been Aiden Walsh the entire way for the Buzz coming into this deciding game. Here come the Northmen again. We have passed the halfway mark of the period, 9.5 to go. As it'll be started by Cody Coulson, who will stay on here. Bucktooth over for Matthews. That shot hit a body in front and went wide. Now back. We were told Cole Teeple was out of the lineup, but that was his number 14 down there. As they've got numbers again. Gagliardi down here for Kelleher. And full split save made by Gagliardi on Hugh Kelleher.
Kelleher thought he had one there. He kind of saw the arms go up in the air. We've all been there before, but what a save by Gagliardi. Channeling Rylan Hartley a bit there with the split save and a beauty, as they say.
Trey Deer for Marquis. We'll see if he tries that move again. A variation of it. Stepping to the right and shooting past the defender. Walsh's ball goes in the corner. Man, they're chopping and hacking for it down there. It is picked up, however, by Noah Millsap. Millsap lost it, and the only one awares of it was Walsh, who's now mixing it up in alongside the crease with Trey Deer. Oakville player over to say something as they continue their conversation behind the play.
Yeah, really good hustle there by Mike Jackman. Just kind of went in there for a ball he didn't really have a chance at and just forced the turnover. Kept the ball on the ground, let his teammates come out with it. Nice play there by 19 in white.
Lucas Ferreira to the outside. Amos Whitcomb spins back off pressure. Sheehan right through the back of the defender, Nate Ruff, and they'll be called for the moving screen. Look out here. Matthews was almost off to the races behind everybody as Ruff got up from that moving screen and went straight to the bench. Here's Bucktooth. Over for Liam Matthews. Northmen are going to make a one-man change here. As it's passed from Liam McGrath all the way back up top for Teeple. 5 on the shot clock. Matthews will get one, and it ends up in the pad of Walsh, and Matthews drawing even more attention as Coulson will have something to say to him after picking up a penalty.
Look, you don't want to be too critical as a broadcaster, but like these, you just can't do this in the playoffs. Like these are the penalties that kill you. And was there a bit of embellishment on behalf of the Orangeville player? You know, maybe, but that's part of the game. That's the gamesmanship. That's part of the playoffs too. You'll see yeah, you'll see Coleman just come in here and give Matthews a low shot. Just unnecessary. Ball's going the other way. And now Oakville's got to kill off another one. And just a pretty decent power play that you don't just want to keep giving.
This shot here looked even bigger. This was earlier on in the set.
Yeah, so you'll see it. There's going to be a shot coming up here in a second. Yeah, right here. And then you'll see 12 Coleman just give Matthews a shot kind of below the kidney pads. And you know, again, with 3 officials this year, that'll get called.
Also got penalty to number 12, Zach Coleman, 2 minutes for illegal cross-checking.
So the second power play of the game for the Orangeville Northmen. Bucktooth down in the corner. How about that? Sandy's in the building as Bucktooth shoots that one to Blair Ferguson, who is an impartial bystander here this evening. Bouncer back for Colton Marquis. Tie up in front of the crease as Trey Deere. He was the one that was mixing it up with Aiden Walsh earlier, and Jonathan Gagliardi stepped in to take exception.
Yeah, obviously, as I talked about, 2 penalties that Oakville probably wish they didn't take, but so far the penalty kill's done a nice job. They've kept everything to the outside, haven't let anything get across the crease, and they've given good looks for Walsh to handle.
Late in the shot clock again for the Buzz, as it's in the stick of Will Sheehan. At one point, the OJLL stats leader held that for about 6 weeks into the season, or 6 games rather, excuse me. Of course, that's before Brock Haley and Finley Thompson and others started to get their games in hand back in.
Yeah, tied for the lead with Trey Deere in this series as well at just 11 points in 4 games, which is significantly lower pace than you'd see in other series.
Marquis, they go quick stick to Matthews, and he's hopping out of the frustration there as that one went wide of the mark before going up and out of play.
Yeah, like I said too, just a second earlier, Oakville done a really good job of keeping the ball away from those cross-crease passes. Those are really the ones that kill you.
Look out here, wide open. Look for Ferreira, who will open the scoring.
Just a busted coverage here from Orangeville, and credit to Ferreira for recognizing it right out of the box. He came right out the gate, realized he was open, and just put the jets on, went right down Main Street. Looks like a bit of a twister to the glove side. Nice finish, and just a blown coverage for Orangeville. They had guys back, they just didn't pick up. Bit of a miscommunication, and it cost them on this one.
Lucas Ferreira, the trade deadline acquisition from the Brampton Excelsiors, scores shorthanded to open the scoring here. 1-0 for Oakville. And you heard the crowd reaction. We said it was mostly Orangeville fans, but that one woke up Oakville.
Yeah, and then a big faceoff win there too by the Buzz, so they'll kill out the rest of this penalty and really dodge a bullet there for a penalty that they probably want back. But that's a big momentum goal. As I said, first goal in this game was going to be huge, and it goes to the Buzz.
Here's Jake Dawick up top for Sheehan. He'll back away from pressure. Now Sheehan in the corner, low shot. Origlieri will handle it. Elijah Edwards has to climb the ladder a little bit. We near the 5 minutes remaining mark here in the first period. As Edwards will flip it to Matthews coming off the bench.
Nice D there by Kelleher too. Obviously a former teammate of mine at Cornell, but so impressive how he's picked up not only offense in this game, but defense as well. As an American player, never played boxing much before, he's getting it done on both ends of the floor for Oakville.
Coulson, the hard shot there. He's stumbled trying to get up. He's already got that left leg taped, and you could see him hobbling, favoring it after that collision. Here's Goddard on the near side. Curtis Goddard will put it back to the right side of the floor. Ferreira here for McDonald. This shot, and Origlieri to his knees to go over top and make the save.
Yeah, nice flip pass there, I think, by Jack McAlpine, getting it back to McDonald, and a good look. That's good offense by Oakville. As good of a look as they've had at 5-on-5 throughout this period, and a nice save by Origlieri.
Defender has lost his stick. It's actually Jamison Bucktooth on the top of the crease there. Colton Marquis pass went back to that spot, dropped errant for a second, and now Tanner Cole will go up over center. And again, it looked like Oakville may have had numbers. That's a number of times tonight that they've taken off with extra bodies.
Yeah, I honestly, I'd like to see them go even more into it. They got some guys hanging back after the possessions now, getting into some extracurriculars with Orangeville. If I was Oakville, I'd just send everybody. Get up the floor, go score. You saw it with Ferreira. Even if it doesn't look like it's a great opportunity, just get up there and make sure Orangeville plays you well.
Penalty coming here to Jamie Hunt, the overager. 1 of 3 in the game only for the Orangeville Northmen. That's kind of a rare occurrence, as they like to load up at the deadline, but just Jamie Hunt, Jeremy Searle, Liam McGrath in the game. Keaton Brown not playing tonight. The 4 overagers for the Orangeville Northmen. We're going to try and shout them all out throughout the game, just in case bad things happen to these guys here tonight.
Yeah, Jamie Hunt's been around the Northmen for a long time. I played with him back in 2019, was a really strong contributor on that Minto Cup team, and just an all-time guy. Just a great kid, great player, has won a couple championships now at RIT as well, so he's had a lot of success in his career. And like you said, just want to shout out as many of those fifth-year guys as we can.
Anybody down there tonight you haven't played with yet?
Yeah, a couple.
Okay, good. Long shot there from Jackman. Ends up back in the crease of the Orangeville Northmen. That was way late in the shot clock after the first attempt also went wide. Of course, my partner tonight, Jonathan Donville, a member of the 2019 Minto Cup team, as Brian Jackman heads down floor. He stuttered and lost his footing right in front of the crease. The only 3-year defending MVP of the Minto Cup, might I add.
Yeah, I think Jackman, he was thinking about the Happy Meal before he even scored there. It's a little too early.
I'm always thinking of the Happy Meal.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
But, I mean, obviously a great play by him to force turnover. Tough luck with kind of losing his footing there at the goal.
I don't know how McDonald's isn't sponsoring us yet. Long range shot here from Noah Millsap. Just kind of a weak attempt, trying to get the tail end of the shot clock there with about 40 seconds left in their penalty kill. It was a slash, as we said, to Jamie Hunt.
Yeah, one more good look here for Oakville on the power play. They'll only have one more possession, and then likely penalty will expire.
1 goal off 8 shots showing. Only offense so far as Amos Whitcomb will have it at the top of the fan. Cross for Luke Dawick. Now Whitcomb shoots it hard off the end boards. Gagliardi ducked out of the way. It bounces straight back here to Donnie Scott. Scott has a trailer. Goes back and finds his man. He got filled in. Liam McGrath forcing that shot wide, and it sticks it out over on the Oakville bench.
Yeah, last time I called the Oakville game, I compared Hugh Keller to a Mack truck, a human Mack truck. I think the Orangeville player felt every bit of that time. Just got him right off the bench and got there just in the nick of time, take away a scoring chance, and that one hurts.
Cross crease pass here. The buzz recipient had to double clutch, and that gave Gagliardi time to get across. Not only needs a lot of time to get off to his right, Chris Gagliardi, but did to catch up to that shot. Here's Cole Teeple as we hit the final minute of play. No look pass from Matthews to Deere, to the return to Searle. Just bounced off his stick right in front of the crease.
About 50 seconds left in the clock here, so look for Oakville to, never mind, turnover. Look for Orangeville now to perhaps go quickly, try to get a 2-for-1 situation here.
Right idea for the overager Trent Jackson. But as you said, Orangeville now, 37 left. Looks like they're just going to set up as Deere. That long shot goes off the end boards. Deere will chase it down and negate the over and back call. Under 10 to go on the shot clock. Bucktooth lifted in on net by Colton Marquis, and everybody over on the home bench, normally the visitors bench here at the track. If this is your first Oakville game you're watching, Oakville likes that side, especially in the second period. They can get their left-handed offensive unit out there quicker, but they are the ones that signal timeout here early in this game.
Yeah, another interesting part of playoff lacrosse and series lacrosse is this is now 5 games in a row for these teams. You know, countless 6-on-5 plays. So you start to learn some tendencies, right? And if you're Oakville, the question is do you do what we're good at, what we've been doing all year in terms of plays? You have a play you like, you try to pull something out that you've never run before. Interesting tactics that don't come up as much in the regular season, and all of a sudden you've played 5 games in 8 or 9 nights against one team, and you start to learn some tendencies.
Winner of this game tonight will go on to compete for a chance against the Whitby Warriors to play in the Minto Cup, which will come your way August the 22nd to 29th at the CAA Center in Brampton. For more information, follow at the Minto Cup on social media. Tournament pass is now available, $100 for the entire tournament, including the final series, now available at Ticketmaster.
Oakville choosing to leave their goalie in now and just bringing him out
Late
at the end of the clock.
Late delayed change. Right in front, Sheehan.
Orangeville's got time. Orangeville's got lots of time.
Look out here. No one went to the bench to get Walsh back. And long shot from mid-floor will bounce just wide. And only the one goal to speak of. Lucas Ferreira shorthanded from Amos Whitcomb in the first period. We told you to take the under, but man, what a period.
Yeah, exactly how this series has been the whole way. Kind of a tough play for Jamie Hunt there. I think he had a lot more time than he realized. Probably could have gotten closer with the empty goal. A bit of a sloppy end of the period for Oakville. But hey, if you're Oakville, especially after how this series has gone, you'll take 1-0 after one period.
As we said, Whitby waiting in the wings. Toronto Beaches and Burlington Chiefs will be the other matchup. There's Beaches players in the house. There's Oakville fans. There's Orangeville fans, and a lot of other folks across the country and internationally here on YouTube checking out this game. We remind you to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any of the action as we take you all the way to that Minto Cup. But before we do that, second period comes your way in about 10 minutes time. We'll take the time out here as JVI Sports Network presents Ontario Junior Lacrosse League action powered by the Dairy Farmers of Ontario.
It's not.
Ontario Junior Lacrosse League playoffs are brought to you by the Dairy Farmers of Ontario and their hashtag Milk Up campaign. For more information, including recipes, visit new.milk.org. Teams are back on the floor for the second period. There's a look at the Orangeville Northmen. No goals off 2 power plays and 13 shots in that first period. 1 goal shorthanded off 10 shots in the first for the Oakville Buzz.
I like that the official Bailey looks up here for a thumbs up from us before the start of the intermission. Nice classy touch by him.
Definitely a fan of the JBI, friend of the JBI Sports Network. I think he's a fan too. Number of friends and fans out there. We say hello to everybody tuning in. A reminder that, of course, the YouTube chat room is open if you're watching us here live. As we understand, there's definitely a lot of Orangeville folks here, but a lot of Orangeville folks still watching. And we say hello to all of them as well. Second period underway. Oakville now going right to left. Still working away from Aiden Walsh. It's still Chris Gagliardi, and why wouldn't it be as he makes that first save here in the second period.
I think Sheehan was thinking about ripping that thing behind the back. Doesn't look like he handled it cleanly, kind of double clutched it a little bit. That was actually one of Oakville's better looks, catching it right in the paint, right in the sweet spot, scoring position. And if I was him, I probably would have just ripped behind the back.
Orangeville, their first offensive touch now as Matthews got filled in afterwards. Kelleher landed awkwardly. 2-on-nobody break here for Oakville. Eric McDonald's low shot kicked out by Gagliardi.
Yeah, good hustle by McDonald there, and Trent Jackson just getting up the floor, beating out the Orangeville guy. Trade here did a nice play to stay in the play, make it hard to McDonald, and Gagliardi with a nice save.
Jake Dawick will take top spot now. Now he rolls backwards off it, working two-man game with Brian Jackman. Trade Deer nicely defended, however. Jackman works back through the fan, turns and fires, and Gagliardi will hang on.
Yeah, I like the shot selection there from Jackman, though. Gagliardi is so good up top. He's so good, especially with his off-stick side, that kind of free hand. He's so good taking away those top corners. I really think he got to try to get it down. Nice high-to-low release from Jackman, and forced a good save by Gagliardi.
Jamison Bucktooth, the bounce shot, scores to tie the game at 1.
Fans who have watched Bucktooth play this year, one of the things that stands out to me, having seen him play 2 or 3 times now, is he's got a whole bunch of different releases. He's got a million different shots he can throw. Likes to throw a leaner. Haven't seen this one from a little bouncer trying to put it in the top corner. So he's trying to get the goalie to dip and then kind of spin it around him and get it back in that top corner. Not many guys have that shot in the back pocket. Really nice finish there by Bucktooth.
I'm giving bonus points for the Selly game after, too.
I always thought the bouncer, the top corner bouncer, like I said, not many guys have it, but it's one of the coolest looking shots too. It just looks pretty when it goes in.
100%.
If you can kind of sneak it in that top corner, it looks nice. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's an old Paul Dawson specialty as well, which just adds style points.
Here's Deer over the top again. Bouncer through the crease. Bucktooth will pick it up on the crease. And that shot hung on to in the crease by Oakville, who now push it up past center by Chris Dong.
Yeah, I think Jack Fowler just caught that shot out of the air.
Jack Fowler is an overager on this Oakville team. As Will Sheehan comes off the bench now for Gagliardi. He does go overage. He declared early for the draft after his season last year in the bubble.
Wow, what a play by McDonald.
Wow.
What a hustle there. That looked like Orangeville, McDonald and Sheehan, looked like Orangeville was in clear on a 2-on-1 there. Great hustle by Oakville to get back and take it away. What a play by McDonald.
How many back checks have we seen? There was about 5 of them in the game last night. This is about 2 or 3 here today in this one.
Yeah, both these teams had the top 2, or these 2 teams had the top 2 defenses in the league this year. And obviously, when you think of defense, you think first of goaltending, and then of the stalwart defensive players.
Ooh.
And those are true for both teams, but you don't become this successful defensively without it being a team effort. But notice both these teams do a great job getting back in transition, hustle plays like that from McDonald, and they play good team defense, keep the ball way away from their goal, and it lets their goalies be successful. But it's not just one guy. It's the team right from the offensive guys back to the D guys.
Man, the battle between Zach Kuhlman and Noah Millsap on the crease was something fierce, and now down goes Millsap and gets up slowly and making his way to the bench. Might turn right here. Go off to the trainer's table, we'll see. Kelleher, meanwhile, for Oakville, brings it back up. Kelleher passing into the corner for Whitcomb. Goes up top for Goddard, who was cutting through. Turning and firing is Whitcomb, and shoveled into the corner there from Kelleher, who got filled in afterwards. What a catch from Aiden Long. Has a man down floor, nifty shot, but an even better save. Coulson on Aiden Walsh.
Yeah, Oakville has done a really nice job tonight, as I mentioned, stopping transition, and in particular keeping Orangeville shooters out far. But right in tight, and Walsh needed the one there, and he gave it to his team.
Sheehan over, and oh, that's close. Yeah, I was wondering if it was going to get called or not. Right into the back of the overager. Curtis Goddard will give Oakville back the possession.
Yeah, that's one we've seen all year, calling these games with 3 officials. Those little plays like that just don't get away anymore.
Oh, Jackman nearly made Orangeville pay for it. His shot goes off the post and down floor. Look out as the front door opens here for Orangeville. And they're all the way down floor off the inside of the foot there of Walsh and into the corner from Colin Barnett.
Next level IQ play there by Elijah Edwards. The ball was coming up the floor. He realized he couldn't get there and was pointing that he was going to change. Orangeville flies the guy out the other side of the bench, ends up getting a quality scoring chance out of it, and now they're going at it again.
30-foot advantage is a couple wide shots there for Orangeville. End up in the stick of Walsh, and they'll push one more time as we've passed the 5-minute mark here in the second period. Orangeville tying things up at 1. This will be Amos Whitcomb. My pick for comeback player of the year after that, again, scary hit earlier on in the season against Burlington. No look pass in for Dawick. Oh boy, missed the connection, but almost worked out as it bounced into the Orangeville crease. Here's Aiden Long down floor, cuts back. His shot had the corner, but shot it wide. And now quickly having to get to the line is Owen Rand, who does recover the possession. Colton Marquis. A bouncer across to Long. Cycling that far side, Coulson. Here for Matthews, low shot, and Walsh will cover up over top.
Good take there by Matthews at the end of the clock, though. We've seen that so many times from him. That toe drag, face dodge kind of move is such a good look for him at the end of the shot clock. Why not? Nice save by Walsh.
Will Sheehan up top for Curtis Goddard. They go outside for Jackman. That's Brian Jackman taking a parting shot from Edwards. Sheehan's shot off the foot. Looked like the foot of Gagliardi. Ball somehow ends up in the shin pad.
Yeah, I think Oakville had a set play on there, and Elijah Edwards just got out on the ball and took the chance away with ball pressure.
Trey Deer off the post, and then Cole Teeple in the crease.
Oakville can go here if they can get guys off.
I think Walsh has an equipment problem. They'll blow it dead after this possession back the other way for Oakville. Dong will leave for Eric McDonald. McDonald to Luke Dawick. He'll push it down into the corner. Wheeling over the top, turning and firing is Jake Dawick, and that skipper goes up out of play, and Jeremy Bailey will stop and let Walsh get that toe cap covered up and give everybody a chance to exhale here a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not sure Dawick realized how open he was there. He could have stepped into that thing right almost to the dotted line and ripped it. Shot it on the run, which I mentioned earlier, I do like. He shoots that shot really well, and it's a good look, especially trying to get a Gagliardi moving. But he might have been able to step in right in the middle of the frame and just pound it.
The knock on both of these teams that I've been hearing talking about this series is not a lot of guys cutting through the center for either offense, but really, as you talk about those outside shots, there's so many different looks, I'm not sure that you really need it.
Yeah, I mean, it's all relative, right? In Junior A, dotted line is not an outside shot anymore. It's a good look. But you got to credit these two defenses. I think maybe it's a fair criticism to say that there's not as much cutting, but also just a great job on defenders. Guys aren't going to cut if they don't think they're open, right? If their man's in front of them, it's hard to cut. And these defenses do a great job of keeping the offense to the exterior at all times.
When so much of the focus is on field games, scholarships, camps, clinics, stuff like that, and it's just those plays have worked their way into the box game over the years, and I think here to stay. As we see another shot there, just tipped by the defender up high, and it goes back the way here for Orangeville. Colton Marquis' low shot gets through traffic, and another one in for Orangeville here in the period.
Yeah, right on cue there. Dotted line's not an outside shot at this level. Marquis can absolutely hammer the ball, and as we've mentioned a few times, he loves an underhand release. Just a really nice hitch move there. He loves an underhand release, and he loves to bring it back to the short side pipe. It's such a good shot if you can bring it back, especially with Walsh holding his stick in his right hand. It's really hard for him to move that hand out to the pipe. Just a great shot by Marquis, and man, it feels like every goal just means a little bit more with it being so tight in this series.
So a pair of goals here in the period for Orangeville have them up 2-1. As Elijah Edwards chases this face-off all the way down into the corner. Also down there is Colton Marquis, the most recent of the goal scorers. Elijah Edwards shoved down. Trying to dig it out there, was Jack Follows, and eventually it goes the way of the Northmen, and those who came to see their crowd get a little louder. Interesting, that was late in the shot clock. I think that was all on Orangeville's clock.
Yeah, it's interesting why you fight so hard for a loose ball like that just to get it out with 6 seconds left. But it's just a momentum play. It's a good play by Marquis to get the ball. Just another battle won for Orangeville. Try to string as many of those together as you can.
Jack McAlpine wearing the 22 tonight. Shot through a Gagliardi. Went out the back door. He wasn't aware of the rebound, and Oakville will tie it at 2.
Yeah, and the Oakville fans are saying, this is our building. Don't forget about us here. Big applause from the Oakville section. A lot like hockey here. If you got a stud goalie at net like a Gagliardi, how do you get to him? Well, rebounds is one way. Good take by Ferreira. Sheehan's right there, and a nice finish with someone on his gloves to reach it over. And hey, you'll take him any way you can get him. That's a big, big answer to slow the mini run there by Orangeville. Only 2 goals, but in this game, it did feel like a run.
Interesting point here. The shooter did cross through the crease, but didn't interfere with the ball, so that is a legal play to keep going as far as I know. The officials allowed it to continue, and the goal on the board, 2 each as we near the halfway mark of this second period. That shot goes wide. Nifty move there by Jamie Hunt. Again, the overager to dance away from his man and go start a 3-on-1 battle in favor of the Northmen for this loose ball in the corner. And Curtis Goddard, overager himself, stood over top of it just to clear the shot clock.
Yeah, and kind of similar to the loose ball by Marquis on the other end. Goddard didn't pick up that ball. He just let the clock run out. But a big play there, big hustle play by him just to keep the ball on the ground. Orangeville might have had transition going the other way. I think they did have transition going the other way. And his loose ball play gives his team a chance to get back.
What happened there is the shot from Matthews ended up well in the corner. Still got the reset, though, as Bucktooth sets up.
I think it hit Walsh's stick, that top part of his stick that's hanging out.
Here's Cole Teeple. Walsh covers up and a takedown up top here. Jeremy Bailey has his arm high on overager Michael Jackman, who will go off as him and Bucktooth got tied up at the restraining line.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we have this one, but I didn't see it, but another behind the play penalty for Oakville.
You're on the right side of the screen here as top of the fan, they get tangled up, and
yeah,
extra points for the takedown.
Another one that probably wouldn't get called with 2 officials. We've seen that all year long.
So the third power play of the game here for Orangeville. 0 for 2 so far as the pit low screen from Searle. Marquis picks the corner. It takes all of 15 seconds for Orangeville to get their lead back.
Yeah, this is a play that Orangeville has liked to run for years now. You put the shooter in the corner, bring him over a double screen. You know, probably could have seen that coming from Jeremy Searle being at the top, one of Orangeville's best pick players. They just both pick on Jack Fowles, make it so hard for him to come over. And again, different release by Marquis, but the same spot. That short side, he just shoots it so well. And it's so hard to pick that corner, but if you can do it well, it's really hard to get to for the goaltender. Numbers here for Oakville.
Kelleher with the ball, stops at the fan, takes the shot, and tipped off of Gagliardi, I think was the call there, as gets it back. How about Marquis with the Jonathan Donville celly afterwards? I think I didn't see that. Trey Deer over the top as the Northmen come in again. 3-2 after that most recent power play goal. Bucktooth over to the far side. Marquis got the hot stick right now. Gets pushed out wide. Will pass back to Deer. Shakes off his defender to the crease. The shot. And in the crease was Trey Deer in front of Walsh. Man, that was setting up to be pretty right there.
Yeah, nice job there by Hukel. Falls on the play, but stays in it enough, gets back up and hustles enough to thwart Deer at the end. But a nice move, obviously, by Deer to even have the look in the first place.
Pass across the floor, touched from McDonald, back for Jackman. Cutting through the middle there was Jack McAlpine. Pops off his stick and drops down in front of Oakville's bench. Back for Will Sheehan, his shot. In on Gagliardi, who's down and getting up slowly. I think just wasn't sure where the ball was, as he looks to be okay back upright, and with Cohen Jennings bringing the ball across center. Out to the outside, Marquis for Searle. Bucktooth passes in front. Played from Coulson, back for Bucktooth. He's turned away from the crease. Bucktooth will go far side. Marquis shot off a defender. That one, well, did it hit a defender or did it hit Jeremy Searle as it went up towards the private boxes there? Either way, Oakville has possession. If you're tuning in late, no Eddie Q on the right side of the offense for Oakville. Tonight is Dawick. That's Jake Dawick getting the pass from Luke. Tried to return to Curtis Goddard and Nate Ruff. A hat trick last night on the run, a bouncer. That Walsh makes the save, and the rebound stayed inside the crease. Will Sheehan will run it back for the Buzz now.
Smart play there by Jake Dawick. Takes away the cross crease pass. So again, similar to hockey, just let Walsh see it all the way from a defender's stick, and ended up being a good strategy.
Sheehan back and forth, and the movement works as it gets in behind Gagliardi.
The key here for Sheehan is I think he freezes Gagliardi with a bit of a pump fake. Right when he turns around, there's the pump fake, gets him down, and then rips it back to the short side. It's hard to get goalies to bite on that first one, but if you can get them down like that, they don't have anywhere to go. And good play by Sheehan, a pretty savvy play to get out of contact and still have the presence of mind to throw the pump fake. And then you just got to rip it back to the short side just like he did. And a really nice finish there for Sheehan. That's 2 in a row for Sheehan too. As an offensive player, you just want to start feeling good about yourself, see a couple go through the hoop, and that's it. Look out for Sheehan here to keep the momentum going. And same thing for Marquis on the other end.
Clean face-off win for the captain and graduating Buzz player, Jonathan Gagliardi. As we said, in and out of the lineup due to injury this year. Sheehan, cross to Dawick down in the corner. Crashing in there is Ferreira. Up for Eric McDonald. Space opens up late in the shot clock, and his shot ends up right off the Northman logo, right on the chest of Gagliardi. Still battling over this rebound, however. Big collision. Elijah Edwards Works down along the boards, past that, and down into attacking territory.
Nice play by Elijah Edwards, man. It seems like we've called his name a lot. Just so many high IQ hustle plays. Really a classic Orangeville player in that sense. But he's been great tonight for Orangeville.
Colton Marquis' shot, I guess, didn't hit Walsh as there's no reset up here for Liam Matthews. They go down in the corner for Marquis again. Already starting the change as Walsh will hang on to the shot and the rebound as we've got just about 6 minutes left here in the second period of a 3-3 tie. Game 5 here in the series.
Yeah, good defense there by number 12, Zach Coleman for Oakville, just staying in front of Marquis, pushing him out to the boundaries and forcing a shot at the end of the shot clock.
Brian Jackman forced out wide. He'll get it back to McAlpine, cutting through the front of the crease. Number of touches here for McAlpine on the offense. On that right side is down the floor. Orangeville had a man, and that shot just wide. Ruff climbs the ladder to bring the rebound back down. Cohen Jennings with it. John Vandergiesen has the shot clock count down. It sounds like it's under 10 seconds.
Yeah, Orange's gonna have one shot here.
It comes from Marquis, and why not? The last 2 goals for the men in black. As the Buzz will bring it up over center, it's Jackson. Trent Jackson, another one of the overagers. 9 of them in this game tonight, including both goaltenders for the Oakville Buzz. Luke Dawick will bounce the shot there in on Gagliardi. He immediately looks down floor for Aiden Long, in numbers here for the Northmen, as Long had Will Sheehan, known for his offense, all over him on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, same story for Oakville. What a hustle play there by Sheehan. Now moving to offense here for Oakville, they're letting the ball get stuck on one side of the floor too often. That's good. Nice job at Orangeville to force that, but the ball's got to switch floors. You got to force the defense to move. You got to force the goalie to move from pipe to pipe. It's getting stuck on one side of the floor too much.
Again, this is the period where they do prefer their lefties. That was a interesting play with Elijah Edwards right in front of Gagliardi, but the down right side for Oakville tonight. And the left is their stronger side, so as you said, that's not uncharacteristic of this Buzz team. Matthews can't connect there with Jeremy Searle, allowing the Buzz to go in transition with 4 minutes left here in the second period.
Yeah, bullet dodge there by Oakville. Searle was right wide open. Matthews just couldn't get it to him. Nice job on the ball by Oakville to get on Matthews' hands and force a bad pass.
Under 4 to play. Sheehan, big collision through the middle as Dong will now pass it through Dawick. Into the corner for Ferreira. For Jack McAlpine. McAlpine over the top, had it bumped out of his stick by Cohen Jennings. It ends up in the Oakville bench.
Yeah, Orangeville, on the other end, Orangeville dodged a bullet there. Sheehan was open on a cut. Oakville couldn't find them. Didn't get a shot on that possession for Oakville, but they switched the floor a few times. Got the ball moving across the center of the floor. I don't mind that. I think that's more of what they need here to find some offense.
2-man game between Bucktooth and Deere. Worked to get the shot away, but save made, and down the floor is Cole. And Tanner Cole, the overager, had eyes for the net, but taken away by a nice back check there by Aiden Long.
Yeah, shout out to Aiden Long again. Just looks like we got
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 black jerseys on the floor. 2 guys standing in the change box and 4 out on the green. Just the second power play of the game here for the Buzz, unless I missed one.
Yeah, we mentioned this on a number of broadcasts as well, but that is, for fans who might be a little bit confused, that is a new rule this year in the OJLL, taking a bunch of the NLL rules. Normally, the offensive team getting too many men would have just been a turnover. It's a full-time penalty now, and in a big game in Game 5, that rule is proving to be a difference maker.
Cody Coulson will go serve. 0 for 1 on the first power play opportunity for the Oakville Buzz. They do have a short-handed marker already tonight, however. Here's Jackman down in the corner for Goddard. Amos Whitcomb, they go cross crease, and they had Gagliardi down. Recovered nicely, though, for the shot from Sheehan. They went wide, so the shot clock continues to tick down to 6 as Jackman fires. Got right back to McAlpine, who sent it wide off the end boards. Another quick release. Oh my goodness, McAlpine goes off shaking his head.
I don't know if it looked almost like Gagliardi got a small piece of that too. McAlpine's going to kick himself, no doubt about it. That was a wide open goal. Tough playoff, getting a rebound, bang, bang play. But tough one for Oakville there. And now they got to figure out another way to get a good look.
Sorry, the reaction from some of the Buzz fans off to our left were even better. Eyes wide, mouth gaping as it's tucked in from Deere, just past the foot of Walsh. And yes, Trey Deere, we are entertained.
Yeah, pretty slick finish here from Trey Deere. He's backing up with the guy basically in his face. You'll see him give up the ball to Marquis here, and then follow 91. Just backs up to the back pipe, gets his hands free, and then as he's moving backwards, flicks a quick stick between the legs of Walsh. I don't think Walsh thought that that pass would have it, or that Deere would have a chance of really getting something on that shot. But man, that's a goal scorer's goal, and a nice pass too by Marquis.
Yeah, I definitely want to see the release one more time. Short-handed for Trey Deere, so both of them. Oh man, that's pretty.
Yeah.
56 seconds into the man advantage.
You see a lot of guys too, when they're on the short-handed advantage, won't really run any good offense. They'll just stay on the perimeter. I was guilty of it a lot in my career, staying on the perimeter, kind of huck a shot at the end because you think, what's the point? Orangeville got an up pick there to free up Deere, even just a little bit, and now they got a massive goal in their biggest game of the year. Just a credit to those guys for just playing through the possession on the short-handed penalty kill, and they get rewarded for it.
So I need to clarify a few things here in the chat. Overager are 21-year-olds, final year of junior for a bunch of guys. It's going to be their final game tonight, as this is game number 5, elimination game between Orangeville and Oakville. 9 on the Oakville side of the ledger, 4 for the Northmen coming into this game. And those players who are 21, it's my understanding, are Minto Cup eligible. So players going over age, graduating, we're kind of using the same terminology incorrectly, I guess, but simultaneous of each other as Oakville gets it back, and McAlpine will get redemption.
Credit to Jack McAlpine. Really tough what he just had to do on the power play, where he had a wide open look in a very tight game, as we mentioned a bunch of times, didn't finish it. A lot of guys would crumble after a play like that. Stays in it, the next play goes back right again, gets to the middle of the floor, makes a nice finish, and there's no emotion like relief, and you could see the relief on his face after he buried that one.
And it ties it back up again, 4-4 here in the final minute and a half of this second period. Oakville took a timeout in the first, so they'll have 1 here. Still 2 in the bag for the Orangeville Northmen. Ferreira for Jackman, down in the corner for Luke Dawick. 10 on the shot clock, that bounced off Sheehan. Changed direction in front of Gagliardi, who had to be strong to catch it.
Another nice play by Edwards too. Sheehan was wide open, and Elijah Edwards, who was on the ball, knocks it down to take away the scoring chance. I think Oakville also just got away with too many men briefly.
Northmen push it back to the X position. Here for Marquis. Screen up top off the defender's stick. Looking down to the corner for Trey Deere. He chases it all the way back outside the restraining line. Then his shot right into the back of Gagliardi.
Yeah, nice play by Oakville to sniff out that look there from Marquis. There's the same look, looking for Deere rather, on the back pipe. Nice job by Oakville to get in the lane, knock that pass down, take away the chance.
About 3 seconds between the game clock and shot clock. Game clock right now at 15. Sheehan has a lane to the net, cuts through, cuts back and scores!
A lot of teams will call this a low vacate. So the defender, in this case, the defender guarding Sheehan, expects a pick underneath him, and then there's just nobody there, and there's no one to switch onto the ball carrier, and if you get beat underneath, it's really hard as a defense because there's nobody there to support. Credit to Sheehan for recognizing it, getting underneath, and getting across the middle of the goal. Ends up putting a dip and dunk, but even just getting to the middle of the frame makes such a difference. I talked about it on a number of broadcasts. Credit to Sheehan for getting all the way to the goal and burying it.
Here's Kelleher, no timeout with 3 left. Hugh Kelleher turns and fires, and one last save for Gagliardi. But how about a 5-4 lead for Oakville after 2 periods? 4-4 for both sides there in that second. Man, what a game we've got already. Still 20 to go.
Yeah, these guys are battling, man. And so many graduating players, like you said. You can see what it means to them. Don't tell me how much it means, show me how much it means. And these guys are showing it. If you live close to the track, come here for the 3rd period. If not, thank you so much for being here with us on YouTube.
Well, I know a closing line when I hear one. JVI Sports Network presenting the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League playoffs, powered by the Dairy Farmers of Ontario. We'll be back in 10 minutes.
So look.
Ontario Junior Lacrosse League playoff action is brought to you by the Dairy Farmers of Ontario and their hashtag #MilkUp campaign. For more information, including recipes, visit new.milk.org. Aiden Walsh, graduating from junior lacrosse at the end of this season, along with Sam Haynes of Oakville, Jack Follows, Tanner Cole, Curtis Goddard, Lucas Ferreira, Michael Jackman, Jonathan Gagliardi, and Trent Jackson. On the other side of the ledger, as we said, Jeremy Searle, Liam McGrath, Jamie Hunt, and Keaton Brown. Hoping this is not their final night. Jonathan Donville gives Jeremy Bailey the thumbs up. We're good to go up here. They're good to go down there. And how about this for a third period? 5-4 going into it for the Oakville Buzz. Big hit off the face-off as Kelleher went into Colton Barnett, who is getting up slowly and jogging to the far door.
Yeah, Orangeville caught a bit of a break here, too. They got a reset. I don't think Kelleher picked that ball all the way up, so probably shouldn't have gotten a reset, but they'll definitely take it here to start the period.
Back to our original floor configuration, and this is where we'll be all night, including if we need extra time, as the shot there from Cole Teeple cutting through goes wide.
That was a set play there by Orangeville. Run a guy off an up pick, kick it down low to behind the goal, and then the original picker cuts through to the goal.
Speaking of picker, trying to do that to this loose ball in the corner. It is going to be the Northmen that come away with it. Cole Teeple finding Matthews. Back to Teeple into the corner. Looking there for Colton Marquis. He's got the jersey tucked up into the kidney pads as a long shot will come from Bucktooth. Save made by Walsh. Rebound Northmen. It's been all Orangeville in the opening minute and a half of this third period so far.
Even when the goalies save Bucktooth's shots, it just seems like they don't see him cleanly coming out of the stick. Walsh fought that one off. He didn't really save it cleanly. He's just got so many releases, and he's such a savvy shooter.
Here's Bucktooth again. He'll bounce it across for Teeple. Cole Teeple chased near the face-off restraining line. But now back to the far side. Matthews ducks under a check and then got filled in after that shot was saved by Walsh.
Yeah, you can see every single, Oakville's got 4 or 5 coaches on their bench, every single one of them throwing the hands up there. After almost a full 2 minutes of defense, they need a possession here. But nice job digging down by their defense when they're gassed, keeping Orangeville off the board.
Goddard to Sheehan, nifty little flip pass back to Whitcomb. To Jack Dawick, who put it in the stick of Aiden Long, and he's on his horse trying to outrun Curtis Goddard. Oh, Aiden Long, who scores in transition.
Matt, it's time. It's time. That's a Happy Meal. That's a Happy Meal from Long. He takes it right, forces the turnover himself, picks off the pass, outruns the Oakville player. And I mentioned it time and time again, he gets back across the goal, and a pretty slick little twister there. I think he tucked it under the arm of Walsh, but a pretty slick finish for a defender. And what a play there by 81 in black, completing the Happy Meal.
Pretty close to that blue carpet, but tie goal on the board for the Northmen. As Aiden Long, pretty much good for a transition goal a game, especially down the stretch back half of this season when Oakville ran off 9-1 to end their regular season.
Yeah, classic Orangeville player in that sense too. He can play defense, get up and score. Can do a little bit of everything.
Look out, here comes Nate Ruff, who can do the same. 3 goals last night. That one bounces off the sticks. How about some good hands over there on that Oakville bench?
Yeah, from our angle, that didn't miss by much either. Ruff had a good look at that.
Shout out the Mississauga Chargers, where Nate Ruff plays Junior A hockey in the winter. Here's Dawick. He'll put it down in the corner. Ferreira up top. Defender fell in the middle. That was long as it goes off the end boards, and Ferreira can't catch up to it. Wants help to come off the defense. And they do get their ball down in the corner here as the Northmen were catching up. Could have caught Ferreira perhaps on defense.
Yeah, that's one that Whitcomb probably wants back too offensively for the Buzz. As good a look as you'll get at this time in the game, and can't quite cash it in.
Colton Marquis. Hard pass back to the far side, and Searle just caught in front of Chris Dong. Otherwise, Dong was home free. Marquis through Searle. Now Bucktooth, another low shot. That hit right off the dasher on the bottom of the boards and took a huge hop, and racing forward is Tanner Cole, who will get there, but will do facing 4 Orangeville defenders. So you'll find Luke Dawick and let the offense have their chance. Dawick for Sheehan around a screen. The shot and the save from Gagliardi. Bouncing through the crease. Nifty little play from, I believe that's Jackman on the crease.
Nice two-man there from Cole and Sheehan, getting him a wide open look. Nice save by Gagliardi.
Yeah, my mistake. That's Tanner Cole who stayed up on offense here. Kind of a hidden ball trick here as 2 Buzz players went for it, and it was Goddard that got it. Jackman on the rebound, spins away from pressure, double team, turns back and in the crease, has his knee touched down. Off the bench, look out Trey Deer. They're not going to give him the quick reset. And Rusty Kruger wants to know why. Colton Marquis. Here for Liam Matthews. Round the screen, they go quick stick to the far corner. Low shot into the feet of Walsh.
Obviously a good look. I think that's a case of Marquis, though, wanting what he had with Deer in the second. He was wide open there for a guy that shoots it that well. I think he might have been able to just step in and hammer it.
Whitcomb, the hidden ball play, he kept it. Played back for Ferreira, under 10 on the shot clock now as the Buzz take it in the corner. Goddard to the front, and McDonald got filled in.
Goddard paid the price there for going to the goal, but that's what it takes this time of year.
Yeah, it was Jack Follows, actually. I was kind of surprised he was up there on the offensive shift, but seeing a couple defenders now for the Buzz stepping up offensively. Teeple, nice move, cutting back, and the goal. Pretty one from Cody Coulson. And we had a pile up in the crease afterwards, but the Northmen have another lead.
Coulson is not known as one of Orangeville's big scorers, but hey, you wouldn't know from this play. Nice two-man game with Teeple, gets the ball back, and just a nice hitch move. Gets back to the middle, reaches it around Walsh. Nice play there by 33 in black. First goal of the series by my count for Coulson.
Yeah, I was checking the same, and that's same that I've got too, so that goal gives the lead 6-5 here to the Northmen.
Yeah, pretty good time to do it.
5.5 gone here in the money period. It's Goddard halfway through the shot clock for Will Sheehan. Sheehan trying to return it back to the near side. It was too high for Luke Dawick, so Orangeville off to the races. Deer's going to try again. Run off the top of the crease over to his wrong side, though. Trey Deer will bring it down, and hidden ball play with Colton Marquis, but they both kind of overran it, which will give it away every time.
Yeah, Deer didn't like something about that. Wanted to cut back.
Marquis, look out! He's got the hat trick! Colton Marquis cannot miss tonight.
A hat trick, and all three are the same spot. Gets over the top, another overhand, and just right below that stick side glove, or right outside of that stick side glove on Walsh. So hard with the wooden stick in his hand, the heavy stick, to move that glove to the pipe. And man, Marquis just keeps picking it, and Walsh can't seem to either see it or move his hand there fast enough. And now it looks like we got a timeout by Oakville just to settle the boys down here. 2 goals down, 13 minutes left. Not an insurmountable lead by any stretch of the imagination, but given how this series has gone with so few goals, Oakville's got to get busy here in a hurry.
Well, and it's an interesting one, too. Everyone kind of crowded around David Brock over there on the defensive boards, but it was called by Joel Johnson, and that's his second of the game, so Oakville will not have a timeout coming down the stretch in what has been a tight game the entire way. Largest lead for either side right now, 7-5 for the Northmen.
Yeah, and the huddle on the defensive side of the floor tells you that, A, they wanted to not just take the timeout just to settle the guys down, but they think there's just something tactically that's gone wrong that they need to fix before it's too late. If they felt it was that important, I like that call. It's a call timeout, take the momentum out of this game a little bit for the Northmen, because 2 goals is a big lead here in this game.
Well, and the Northmen fans are starting to get a little rowdy here at the track as well, as Gagliardi will settle that down with a face-off win. Jack follows. Cross floor into the stick of Amos Whitcomb. 10 points in this playoff series for Amos Whitcomb. We talked about his comeback story. Brian Jackman will cut back the shot there, and Origlieri will hang on to the shot and the rebound.
See Oakville pressing a little bit too. Expect to see that the rest of the way here, trying to find some turnovers any way they can.
Jamison Bucktooth for Cody Coulson. Bucktooth, far side, all alone. Tanner Cole crashes into him. Deer will now open space here for Bucktooth. Coulson for Deer. Faked high, faked low, goes to the crease, and stepped in it as Walsh was making the save.
Yeah, and for Orangeville, too early to start pulling the ball out and not playing offense at all, but certainly want 30-second possessions, and the message for Rusty Kruger would be get the heck off with a different word in there. No transition against. Let this Oakville team play at 5-on-5. That's got to be the message for the Northmen.
I'll have to ask you after the broadcast what that other word is.
Maybe so, yeah. Maybe some of our listeners will know.
Flying through the air was Sheehan, but Origlieri stands tall to turn it aside, and Elijah Edwards carries it out of harm's way.
Not sure if that caught stick by Origlieri or pipe, but it doesn't matter. Going the other way, still a 2-goal deficit for the Buzz.
7-5, 2-goal lead here for Orangeville as we've played 8 minutes in the third period. Marquis back to the crease. Trey Deer, quick stick, had some mustard on it, but what a save from Aiden Walsh.
Yeah, I could copy and paste what I just said. Not sure if that was Walsh or the crossbar, but it doesn't matter. Close but no cigar for Orangeville. And this thing is still 7-5 here with 11 and a half minutes to go.
Gagliardi staying up to play offense there. Can't get the ball to him and running into it. Owen Rand. Here comes Rand. Looks between the legs of Walsh, who will collapse over top of the rebound.
That was an absolute must save for Walsh there. Feels like that deficit goes to 3. It really is tough for Oakville. They've done a great job in transition defense all year and all series. But when they really needed one there, Walsh steps up and gives them a save.
Ferreira backs away from Jackman, and his pass is intercepted. Long has a transition goal already tonight. Won't be one this time, as he'll slow up with Sheehan and Jackman in front of him.
Yeah, smart play by Long. They'll get 30 seconds off, and most importantly, they'll get their defense a bit of a break here. Get some fresh legs on the floor.
Coulson up for Bucktooth. 10 on the shot clock as they go outside for Cole Teeple. Matthews, Trey Deer, his shot wide. There's a tie-up between Cole and Bucktooth, and Bucktooth faked the chop at the end of all that. No penalties. They allow play to continue with an over-the-shoulder chance from Hugh Kelleher.
Yeah, good look by Keller. What a handle inside. He had a guy all over him. When you're that big, I guess it doesn't matter. The defender can't get to your hands anyway. So nice catch and a nice behind-the-back opportunity.
Donnie Scott to Colton Marquis. He works past the screen of Noah Millsap and now passes to the far side of the floor, Liam Matthews. Down for Millsap again, over top of Marquis. Low shot from Matthews, saved from Walsh. And here go the Buzz out on the run. Jack follows. He'll put the brakes on as
Oakville's got to go here. They got to start sending guys in transition. They need some goals here. They got to start flying up the floor, taking some chances.
Well, Follows did that. He was facing 5 black jerseys there.
Yeah, they need 2 or 3 guys going.
Quickly headed out as filled in on the far side. I believe that was Will Sheehan, as then Coming back to lay the body again was Liam Perro. Big muscle shift on the defensive side for Liam Perro. Allowing Elijah Edwards now to give to Cole Teeple. Teeple for Searle. Had a bit of trouble with it. 9 minutes to go in the third. Teeple in the corner. Marquis. Colton Marquis, no room to get the pass through, so takes a bad angle, low shot, and Walsh was right there. Walsh is running up the floor. And passed it right to Bucktooth. Oh, look at the save! Oh. Caught in the back of the stick by Aiden Walsh. My goodness. They'll take it any way they can get it. The saves from Aiden Walsh, I guess. Near disaster for the Oakville Buzz netminder.
I got nothing to say after that.
Oh, man. Under 10 in the shot clock. Nearly picked off again as Aiden Long jumped the route, and it will be cleanly intercepted this time from Cohen Jennings, who gets it up to Donnie Scott.
This Orangeville defense is found even at a higher level here in the third period. It feels like Oakville's on the exterior. All the passes through the middle getting knocked down. A very, very good defense has been even better here in the third.
Long shot from the outside there from Coulson, and I mean, I hate to say it with this much time left on the board, but this is what we've seen from so many of these championship Orangeville teams that just find an extra 2 or 3 gears as the clock is dying down. Oakville kind of, you get the sense, need one here as Goddard had the side of the net, but taken away at the last second by the pad of Origlieri. Sheehan will try his turn now, cutting through a number of defense. Got to clear the crease, does Sheehan, who does. Buzz couldn't get a shot away as he was sitting there. Goddard back for Jake Dawick. Over to the far side, Amos Whitcomb returns.
What a save
for Goddard, the quick stick. And you said it, what a save indeed from Origlieri.
If you're Oakville here, you got to smell blood in the water. Tired defense. This is a big possession here with 7 minutes left in the game. Oakville's got to get a good look here.
Shot and saved Origlieri. Goddard will pick it up at the restraining line. Goddard playing back for Dawick. Touch pass there. Whitcomb's shot goes off the shoulder of Origlieri. An extended possession for the Oakville Buzz, which they haven't had much of through this third period. Orangeville only got 2 of their defenders off the floor.
Yeah, all the guys covering left-handed shots for Orangeville right now are gassed.
Luke Dawick, after that loose ball, he got buried into the end boards, so.
Yeah, unfortunately for Oakville, all their lefties are gassed too. They've been on the floor for, for 3 minutes as well.
Goddard will cut through the middle, beats a pair of defenders, will now pass it off to the far side for Sheehan. Goddard returns it for Jake Dawick. Back for Goddard up top, spun and fired around Edwards. And Origlieri was there to turn that shot away.
Yeah, credit to Origlieri and some of those defensive players on Orangeville out there for a really long shift. For the most part, held Oakville to the outside. And you can see they're fired up on the defensive side under Coach Phil Sanderson.
Under 6 to go, hidden ball play. Trey Deers got it up top. Passes it left side, now across here for Bucktooth. Big screen on the far side from Searle. Opened the shooting lane for Bucktooth. Tried the one-hand pickup, didn't get it clean, and now Marquis nearly dragged down. Still manages to get the ball to Teeple.
Big reset for Orangeville, 30 more seconds going to come off this clock. Every possession counts at this time in the game.
An Oakville bucket down on the floor in the corner. They had to make it quick. One defender change. Shot from Bucktooth.
Oakville's on here, numbers. Oh,
and
what
they
a shot.
shoot it almost into the Orangeville bench. The bounce might work their way, but the pass does not as Kelleher didn't get it. He'll go all the way back up top for Gagliardi. Coming and going, and yeah, the screaming from Orangeville, they wanted a chin strap call, it looked like, against one of the Buzz players. Man, a lot happening there with just under 5 minutes to play now, and Orangeville clinging on to that 2-goal lead. Coulson, low shot comes from Matthews. And crouching over top of it is Aiden Walsh, who is doing his part to keep his Buzz team in this game.
Yeah, I was just going to say the same thing. Credit to Walsh. Obviously, nerve-wracking few minutes for him being down 2 goals. Nothing really he can do about the goal-scoring part, but just stay in the course, being the backbone that he's been all year for this Buzz squad.
And having to watch that 3-minute possession back the other way a few seconds ago. Eric McDonald. Quickly, Nate Ruff on him to steal the ball away. 2-on-1 behind the back. He goes to Long. And another save made by Walsh as the rebound's going to come all the way back over center and back into Northman possession.
Pretty courageous play there to throw a 3-foot behind the back pass at full speed. And with 4 minutes left in the game, you're up. But hey, if you got it, flaunt it. Nice pass. It was a good look for Orangeville.
Colton Marquis to Liam Matthews on the far side. Matthews has been pretty quiet for his standards. I've only got him for 1 assist on the game so far. Out of the 7 goals as that one bounces off of Walsh and out of play.
Tick-tock here. 3.5 minutes left. This clock is going fast. If you're Oakville, only probably 3 or 4 more kicks at the can. You need a goal here quickly.
Marquis to trade Deere. He'll try and drag it around, follows. Deere looking past the entire way as he'll now circle the net. Trade Deere. Round Marquis. Those two head off as the sidearm shot from Bucktooth gets in. Northmen were conceding possession, and all of a sudden, Bucktooth does this.
Yeah, just shoots it right off the hip. And like I said, goalies just seem to really have trouble picking up Bucktooth's shots. And I mean, that's awesome. That just, like, the kid is fired up, and as he should be. Just a rookie in this league, getting his first taste of playoff action. And, you know, he's enjoying himself as he should be. And I hope our listeners can hear how loud it is in this building, too. Both ways, Orangeville fans and Oakville fans. Great turnout here tonight in the track. Just an awesome atmosphere for these guys to play in.
8-5 and another face-off win here for the Buzz. It is go time for the home side.
Goalie out here for Oakville, 6-on-5.
As they try and get their first ever series victory. Orangeville Northmen are Minto Cup champions. They don't want that reign to end. As Dawick pushes it to the far side. In front, Sheehan scores! The answer for the Buzz.
Yeah, this is a funny play because Oakville ran their 6-on-5 play, but they only had 5 guys on the floor. So this is a set piece with Dawick going across the floor, setting a pick on Sheehan. They just ran it with 5 guys and it worked out well. They ended up having a late substitution, didn't get anybody going out the front door, so they sent Walsh back. But a nice set piece and good play design by the Oakville coaching staff to find them a goal when they really, really needed one.
Second look, looks like the crease is clear from Sheehan as well. 8-6, and look out, nearly over and back. Follows had to quickly get there.
These face-off wins are really starting to add up for Oakville too, helping them tilt the possession late in the game, and something to keep an eye on as well. As we get towards late game scenarios, that Oakville has been relatively successful, not very successful, getting the face-off back.
10 on the shot clock. In the corner, Jackman had trouble with it. Back, he'll look off Ferreira, far side. No shot for Amos Whitcomb. Whitcomb will get it back and will get a chance right at the tail end of the shot clock, but had to kind of hold up on the follow-through, which forced it high.
Again, a good look by Whitcomb. I think you got to try to get the ball down on Gagliardi, especially from the outside. He's so good up top. Really hard to hunt those top corners.
Inside the 2-minute warning, Oakville does not have a timeout. They've used both of theirs in this game, including one here in the third. Marquis over to the far side, under 10 on their shot clock for the Northmen. On the run, Matthews in the save made by Walsh. He'll likely come to the bench here as Oakville take it away.
Yep, Walsh is out here, 6-on-5 for Oakville.
Oh,
no, he's staying in.
Staying in. Wait, it's going to be a delayed change, I bet. As Dawick will get it up top for Goddard. Here he comes.
Good call, Matty. Good call. Here comes. Oh. No, he is staying in.
I'm just trying to call a game here, guys. Here's Goddard. At the restraining line, it pops out of his stick. And off to the races is Owen Rand, who will slow it down with a minute left here in the third. Rand works around a screen, and we get a timeout for Orangeville. 55.2 on the clock. Not sure where the shot clock was. It was a late reset shot clock. I think Bruce Codd is trying to get a couple extra shot clock seconds here, calling that one as the shot clock expired, but definitely had possession for, looks like they're going to put 22 on the shot clock, but either way, what a timeout call here for the Orangeville Northmen.
So a few things to note here. One is right off the bat, Oakville's going to have a chance to trap the ball at half, because the ball is going to be put into play right ahead of the timeline, so right ahead of the half-court line. In previous years of OJLL, you would see almost 100%, you'd see the ball go backwards.
Right.
You'd see Orangeville in this situation spread the entire floor, makes it basically impossible to get the ball back. Here, we'll see, we'll see if Oakville wants to pull their goalie or not, but they will get a chance to double team the ball right away, and that's their best chance of creating a turnover and going the other way.
Well, Walsh is on the bench. They'll go 6 defenders and put 2 on the ball right at center.
I think if you're Marquis, you think about just shooting this thing in the empty net.
Well, Marquis will see what the play is as Kelleher follows all over him, and he'll shake both, and he'll pot it, and probably ice the series for Orangeville.
It's so hard in this game. These offensive guys are so skilled. It's so hard to take the ball off them. Pretty risky play, honestly, for Marquis to break a double team with no one behind him. Oakville might have been able to go the other way, but hey, he makes the play, finishes, and then celebrates appropriately for a huge goal to essentially ice this series with 48 seconds left.
48 seconds away still, and it's a 3-goal margin. The winner will travel to Whitby on Friday, by the way, a 7:30 p.m. start, and we'll be in the house for that one as the winner of the semifinals, the 2 winners of the series, will advance to the Minto Cup. Here goes Follows. Double team and gets taken down on a knee. Late penalty coming here to Orangeville as that caught Follows high from Colm Barnett.
Yeah, sort of a best-case scenario there for Oakville. They'll get a free look on the power play here. If it's me, I would try to run a quick hitter as quickly as I can, try to get 35 seconds left now. You know, try to get a shot in by at least 30, run a little seal for Sheehan or for Ferreira, for Whitcomb, one of the top 2 guys. They got to go fast here is what I'm saying.
Amos Whitcomb did try the quick stick play, and Ferreira can't catch it. It'll be an over and back for the Buzz, and 27.4 on the clock in regulation. The Northmen can kill the clock. All the fans that have traveled down Highway 10 making noise now. The defending Minto Cup champions are still alive as they will advance, looks like, to face the Whitby Warriors. Game number 1 on Friday. Sticks start to come out over on that visitors bench as Oakville will get it across center, but it is the Orangeville Northmen knocking off the Oakville Buzz here in Game 5. 9-6 your final.
I mean,
Jonathan, this is round 1.
Round 1, yeah. We've been saying this all year. It's going to be a crazy finish to these playoffs. So many good teams this year in the OLA. So much parity. We've seen that up and down the playoffs. What a game. What a series. Reverse sweep by Orangeville. You know, there's not much else to say. Great atmosphere tonight. Cool experience for these kids, which they obviously, deserve more than anything. And happy to be a part of it with you, Maddie, calling this game.
Well, glad to do it alongside you as well. And when I say it's only round 1, I mean, you look at the celebrations of this team, the celebrations of the fans in attendance as well. I mean, you can tell how much getting back to, or at least keeping the playoff run alive for Orangeville has meant. Want to, again, as they go through the handshake line, salute as the two goalies embrace there. Sam Haynes, Aiden Walsh, final game of their junior career tonight, along with Jack Follows, Tanner Cole, Curtis Goddard, Lucas Ferreira, Michael Jackman, Jonathan Gagliardi, and Trent Jackson. Again, the second round of the playoffs is now set. Toronto and Burlington will start on Saturday. Whitby and Orangeville on Friday at 7:30. The winner of those two series will advance to the Minto Cup August 22nd to 29th at the CAA Center in Brampton. Tickets now on sale. An entire tournament pass is $100 available at Ticketmaster.
Yeah, it's so awesome to have lacrosse back in Ontario. Great call by you, because these overage guys left it all on the floor. You know, both teams play their absolute hearts out tonight. You can never take their effort away from them. And yeah, it's going to be an awesome summer ahead. Lots of great content coming up, and I'm just excited for playoff time to be back in Ontario.
Well, the celebration is going to continue here inside the Toronto Rock Athletic Center as we bid you good night on behalf of my partner Jonathan Nonville, our director tonight Ryan Harkness, and producer Gary Morrison, the rest of the JVI Sports Network and the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League. I'm Matthew Carrick. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll talk to you in the second round.